I went to my mother-in-law, Gloria's 55th birthday at an Italian restaurant. Partway through dessert, she stood up to give a toast and announced a family fund. She said my entire $5,500 monthly paycheck and all future bonuses would go into it. If I disagreed, I shouldn't come back to family events. I whispered to my wife, Clara, "You're not serious," and she nodded. I stood up, put on my jacket, and left without a scene. On the way home, my phone filled with calls and messages. Gloria left angry voicemails saying I embarrassed her. Clara left messages calling it a small family tax and said I'd overreacted. Her brother Damien texted that I was selfish. Her sister Mia texted, "You good? Also, can you Venmo me for parking?" The next morning, Mia showed up at my place with coffee. She said she hadn't known about the plan, but Clara and Gloria had. Then she told me what the family fund was really for. Gloria had refinanced her house twice. Damien had pushed her to give him money for an investment that was a scam. He lost around $60,000 in total, including $40,000 from Gloria. After that, he borrowed from a loan shark and also forged Gloria's signature on another high-interest loan for $15,000. Now payments were overdue, utilities were at risk, and a collector named Tony had come to Gloria's door asking for Damien. Mia said Gloria believed the family fund would cover the mortgage and debts quietly, and that my salary was the main target because I had steady income. Mia told me plainly to protect myself and keep saying no. I stayed quiet for a few days. Damien then came to my apartment unannounced. He said they needed $40,000 right away and hinted I had savings. I told him no. I said the problems were caused by their choices and that paying would only enable more of the same. He tried guilt, then anger, then a last-minute plea. I still said no and showed him out. That evening, I got an email from a Proton mail address. It was from Harold, Clara's father, the deadbeat I'd heard almost nothing about. He wrote that he hadn't abandoned the family 15 years ago. Damien had forged his signature on refinance papers back then, too. When Harold reported it, Gloria threatened to turn the kids against him if he pressed charges. He agreed to keep quiet, paid child support, and disappeared from their lives to avoid a drawn-out fight that would hurt the kids and likely land Damien in legal trouble as a minor. He said what Gloria was trying to do to me now was what she did to him, and he urged me not to give in. I texted Mia to ask if Harold's email was real. She confirmed it and said she'd been talking to him for a year after finding hidden documents at Gloria's house. We set up a call with Harold. He calmly repeated the story and said he had paperwork to prove it. He also said Gloria cared most about appearances and had a pattern of using pressure and guilt to solve money problems. I told him about the birthday toast and Damien's visit. He told me I did the right thing. The next morning, I sent Gloria a short email. I knew about the refinances, the forged loans, the loan shark, and the truth about Harold. I said I was done and not to contact me again. Then I blocked Gloria and Damien. I left Clara unblocked but muted. I froze a family savings account I'd opened for small emergencies and told my bank to remove all other authorized users. I also notified my HR department not to release any information to anyone claiming to be family without my written consent. Clara called and texted that her mom was hysterical and that I'd gone too far. I didn't respond. I told her once by text that I'd talk about our marriage when she was ready to discuss it, separate from her mother's demands. Otherwise, I needed space. A couple of weeks later, Mia showed up at my door with suitcases. Gloria had found out she'd been speaking with Harold and told her to stop or move out. Mia chose to leave. She stayed with me temporarily. We settled into a simple routine. We called Harold regularly. He told us about his life and we filled him in on ours. It felt normal and calm. Gloria sent one more long email full of accusations and quotes. I blocked that address too. Damien went quiet. Clara tried a few times to reach me, but when I repeated my boundary, she stopped. Later, she filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. It hurt, but it was clear where her loyalty was. A few months after the birthday, I met Harold in person for coffee. He looked exactly like he had on our video calls, tired but kind. He said he never expected his email to lead to anything. We talked about the past and about next steps. Mia joined us late, hugged her dad, and we spent a couple of hours just talking like ordinary people. I'm rebuilding. I kept my job, my savings, and my sanity. I learned that family is not a blank check, and that boundaries aren't cruelty. Gloria wanted a family fund, but what they needed was accountability and honesty. I couldn't give them what they wanted without losing myself. I chose to leave the situation. I don't regret it. Thanks for watching. If you like Story Plows, subscribe my channel.